work that skin down. I like to leave that earbud on the head itself. Put your fingers on the back side of it and pull that hide out. Once you get past the point of the muscle that actually moves the air, you can actually pop your thumb in there. And you're turning there now. Just work that thumb down in there. Work it up. Feel it. When you get to a point where you think you can actually invert it, sometimes right to the scutellum cartilage that's right here, that tissue that holds on to that ear right there is pretty tough. A lot of times you'll need to take your scalpel and clean that tissue. There's some pretty large tendons in there that hold them together. Just work that ear skin open. It's like a big sock. You've got your ear partly inverted. As you're inverting it, just pull that cartilage from the back using your thumbnail. Peel it up. As you can see right here, this muscle is pretty tight in the front of that ear, where that roll of that ear is. Be very careful here that you don't split the ear open on the edges. Work your thumbnail around the edge. I'm going to turn this ear completely. When you're getting very close to the edge of the ear, you'll notice along the very edge of the ear, on the cartilage, there's some really small holes. These are little vessels and tendons and stuff that attach to the edges of the ear that hold the skin attachment to it. What I do is grab a steel, insert it in the ear. Be very careful here because you can poke a hole through it. Just work the thumbnail down over the edge of it. A lot of people will just take the skin off and turn the ears when the cape is off the head. I find it, for me, much easier to do it on the head. Gives me something to grab onto, some weight. But once you get this ear about 85 to 95% turn like this, just work it back, work your thumbnail around there. And then what you want to do is take your scalpel, work this skin at the base of the ear, dislodge it from the head. Use your thumbnail. You can actually just peel that back ear skin right off that cartilage. I don't know if you can see, but on the edge of the cartilage here, there's some real small holes. When you get into those holes, you know you're pretty close to the edge of the ear. Very important to turn your ears all the way. Very important. If you don't turn your ears all the way, when you start to mount the animal, whether you're using liners or the Bondo method or any kind of ear method, edges of your ear is going to curl up. And that's not natural. In front of my butt, the muscles that are attaching my ear, I can look at those, I can study those, I can see what they do, where they lie, and I'm going to replace all this with clay when I mount the piece. I'm going to remove this ear from the head. Insert your knife at the lower trough there. Trim that up, keeping your scutellum on your head. Take this skin up the head a little bit farther. Get that skin up underneath that burr off. Just take your knife and Trimming off that bone, it's very tight right there. We're going to continue and take the skin off the head. What you want to do here is you want to actually insert your thumb into the eye socket and lift that skin away. If you don't do that, what you're going to do is you're going to cut the back corner of that eye on your cape, which is not real good because you have to sew it. So work that skin up. We'll lift it up. Pull that skin away from the bone. Be careful not to cut that eyelid. When you get to the front corner of the eye there where that measurement is, where the measurement point is, that carbuncle sits here, you want to trim that bone real carefully. And be careful not to just cut into the tear duct. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a trick that I use to take that tear duct out in one piece. Work that scalpel blade down along the bone. Pull that eye socket, eye skin away from that. Work it way out, work it out. Work your scalpel between the bone and your skin there into your tear duct. Take your screwdriver and just peel that tear duct right up. What you're going to have there is you're going to have a tear duct that's complete. Keep pulling that skin up. A lot of people, they'll actually just get in there and cut that tear duct and they've got a hole to fill in their skin or to sew it up. And you just take your time. You know, a lot less sewing. Now we've got both of the eyes off, tear ducts are out. We're going to work that skin right on down. Trying to leave the tissue on the skull. You actually just pull on this cape here, it'll peel, and you can see where that sinew, that tissue starting to come apart off the meat and the muscles. Work it real easy. Be very careful, because you can't forget that that mouth actually comes back here, the back corners of the mouth. So just work it. Got the muzzle. And lift that skin. We got to a point here where we've got the back corner of the mouth. Just put your finger in the back corner of the mouth. You're going to cut the back of that inner mouth out. Now remember, you've already made that incision along the jawbone there. And you're removing that skin. On the top, follow that line you made earlier. If you peel this, you'll see where that membrane starts to separate. Okay, at this point, the bone actually turns into soft cartilage. Get that nose skin down about 2/3 of the way down that, and actually just take your knife and separate the hard bone from the soft cartilage.